Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, the worst deck in the current metagame. And by worst, I mean best. The Boros Aura deck that runs Shelter by Ghost to protect a lot of our creatures while remove one of our opponent's creature, Ethereal Armor to pump our creatures through the wall, and then fling a Heartfire Hero at our opponent. Not actually fling, but just attack with Heartfire Hero, and when he dies, he also has the dice trigger. So yeah, this deck is currently top in the MTG standard metagame, but I think it's the worst deck because I hate it. I don't like it. I don't like how Arena has, Best of One Arena has really forced the Magic playstyle to be aggro. Let's see who can win on turn 2 kind of game. So this deck is a strong contender versus the red Leyline deck, but again, it's a very fast, aggressive deck, and the play styles are very one-dimensional. Let's talk about how we play. So in the first turn, what we want to have is either an Optimistic Scavenger, 1 mana 1/1 with Eerie, which Eerie is basically with a Constellation, or when you unlock a room. So almost just Constellation in I think 99.9% in the cases. So whenever enchantment comes into play, you get to put a +1 counter on target creature. That's it. That's just pump. And then we also have Heartfire Hero, which if it gets pumped, it does a lot of damage on the way out when it dies. Then we also have on turn 2 4 Manifold Mouse and 4 Emberheart Challenger. So those are our 2-drops, and then the rest of the deck is just about auras, pumping our creatures to the wall, to the roof, I should say, with a bunch of enchantments. So we got 4 Ethereal Armor, +1/+1 for each enchantment you control, and first strike onto the enchanted creature. 4 Shardmage Rescue, enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and hexproof this turn. 4 Monstrous Rage, of course, a 2/0, but also it gives an enchanted creature, or it gives creature an enchanted row. So that's also an enchantment. So a lot of people forget Monstrous Rage is also an enchantment on the roll side. We have 4 Feathered Flight, +1/+0 and flying, but also draw a card. And Shelter by Ghost, enchanted creature gets +1/+0. Lifelink and Ward. So this is the card that's making this deck better than the red Fling Leyline deck. Because, well, we get to remove something from our opponent's board, and if they can't handle our creatures, that gets removed permanently. It's like an O-Ring for 2 mana. Sick. But it also gives our creature +1/+0 and lifelink. So put out a Heartfire Hero, give it double strike. It's a double striking lifelink creature, means that we will never die from damage. And we also give it ward, so our opponent can't really interact with it. So this card is insane. I don't know who thought this was a good idea, but it's in standard now. We also have 2 Demonic Ruckus, which is just +1/+1 and Menace Trample, which is pretty good for 2 mana, but we can plot it for 1 mana, which makes it even better. And when Ruckus dies, we get a draw card. And then finally we have 2 Etali's Favor. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and trample, so giving Heartfire Hero trample is obviously really good because we get through with the damage. But we also have Discover 3. So this is in essence a lot of times 2 cards in 1, right? You play this, you discover another enchantment, goes on top of the Heartfire Hero, it gets pumped 2-3 times by the Valiant as well as the Optimistic Scavenger. And if you have Ethereal Armor on top of the Heartfire Hero, now it has Trample. That's like a 10-10 trample or 11-11 trample. If we have Manifold Mouse, that's an 11-11 trampling double strike. So yeah, it kills our opponent really, really quick. Now the lands. So of course we want to have all untapped lands in the early game. So we're going to have 5 Plains, 5 Mountains, 4 Battlefield Forge, 4 Inspiring Vantage, and 2 Thran Portal. That adds up to a total of 20 lands. So yeah, nowadays Magic is just 20 lands and 40 cards. Half of those are creatures, half of those are pump spells. Hopefully you win the game. That's how we play the game. And yeah, that's all for this deck. Let's go into games. Alright, our opponent is Christopher Toe. Okay, go first. We got a Scavenger into a Manifold Mouse, maybe. But more importantly, let's see what they are. They get to go first, so they're already a better player than I am. Cool. Here's their that. Don't think we're really gonna get there with this hand, since they're going first and they're gonna aggro us very quickly to our death. Yeah, no, not gonna block it. another land. Very useful. I just died. Alright, if I Ethereal Armor this... Right, this will be a 3-3. 3-3 first striker. It's not bad. Lightning strike? I got a roll. Still attacks. Does not know how first strike works. Okay. Looks like fun. Let's... Do I want a Manifold Mouse right now? I guess I want to play on curve, right? And I got first strike and trample. So do I waste 6 damage here? Ethereal Armor is pretty big. He's got his Heartfire Hero. And he's got another Swiss Sphere. Alright, so he's down 2 cards. I have my Heartfire Hero. Let's go into combat first and give this double strike. Now attack for 1. He does not block. I play my Heartfire Hero in an end turn. He has his Manifold Mouse. Manifold Mouse battle. Nothing, huh? Okay. Ooh, Etali's Favor. I was not seeing this card as useful, but now I think it might be. So let's see, I discovered 3. Let's put that on a little mousey mouse. Hexproof? Does that really matter? Okay, so let's give this guy double strike. His fault is 8. And see how he wants to block. He doesn't want to block at all. Well, that's lethal first strike damage. GG. Get out of here. Alright, our opponent is Tradewind Rider. Tradewind Rider? I don't know. Why is there a space here? The opponent goes first again. Better player than I am. Do I keep this hand with a Manifold Mouse? We got 8 1-drops in this deck and I didn't draw any. Draw 3 lands though. Don't think I can keep this hand right with the Manifold Mouse here. But the opponent does go first, so I'm going to be slow anyways. I get an extra card. Maybe I mulligan. Just because I get an extra card. Manifold Mouse is good, but not by itself. I need a hero. Alright, I guess we'll wait till our opponent finishes their choice of mulliganing before we do it. That's my old sleeve. I like those sleeves, but you know, gotta change it up every once in a while. Definitely got a thinker here. So, now that they think that long, and they didn't seem to mulligan, do I want to keep this hand? If they didn't mulligan, they're probably tempo intensive, so probably need to change it up a little. 1 through 6. Scavenger can go. I have no white. Alright. What's that card name? Hero. This is like a mono red hand. Alright, Creeper. Well, can't use anything on this, so let's just do this. Give it a double strike. Alright, we get to draw a card on that attack, but on the backswing we get to deal a lot of damage. Assuming he has no bounce spells, which he might. Or just quit. That works too. Ah, Arena. What have you done to Magic? Alright, our opponent is all the power. Cool. How much power do you have? To get to go first, that's a lot of power. Oh, Plains and what? Okay, well, so Shuffler is definitely against this deck. Pretty easy to tell, right? Whenever a draw this back consistently happens, it's pretty obvious that Shuffler has tricks up his sleeves. So the opponent gets to go first. We don't hit our 1-drop, and they are also aggro. Now we hit our 1-drop, but it's a little late. So we'll put out a little mousy mouse. We'll put out 2 1/1s. Oh, did you draw a card? I was not expecting that. Good control. Huh. If they block, right, what do I do here? Do I just kill his Novice Inspector and then play a Scavenger? We're going for more damage. No, just go. Definitely mono white going on here. Okay. We gotta make a fish. Let's not let this happen. Hexproof. A lot of damage. It's already down to 5. Yeah. That's 5 damage. That's GG. That was dumb. This deck is dumb. All that power for nothing. And I'm not saying his deck is dumb. This deck that I'm playing, so much burst. Alright, our opponent is Brevino. Bervino? I don't know. Brano? Hey, we're gonna go first. Still no good hands, but at least we gotta go first, right? Hello. Vantage. Do I play the Thran Portal next turn? Duress. No, there goes probably the armor. The favor has the most value, but the armor is the most pressing damage, right? So probably the armor. He's thinking about it. He's thinking long and hard about this. There it is. Control 2 or fewer lands. 2 or fewer other lands. That's 2 or fewer other lands, right? I think. Gotta be sure. We'll name... Do we name red or white? The card in my hand is red, so let's name red. Takes it. We'll play a hero. He definitely has a removal. go for the throw. Do I just let it fly right now and get an extra card draw? No. Do I? Then he removes my hero, and I will be able to deal, well, I think that's fine. I get that card draw anyways, and if he kills it, at least I deal 3 damage. It is literally all I got now. Well, black decks does eat this deck for breakfast because they got a lot of damage going through here. So, okay, Etali's Favor gives me another card, but how much damage can I deal? 3. It's actually a lot more damage this way, right? Let's put the armor on our hero. I target it, so it gets an extra plus. This gives it more. Attack for 10. I play another hero, and if he kills this hero, he takes 7 or 8, which will kill him. Shield it. Will that work? Will that work? Because I fly. Yeah, it does not work. GG. Yeah, mono black decks, or any deck with black, really does eat this deck for breakfast, but it really is about whether or not you draw your removal, which our opponent didn't draw enough of. Alright, our opponent is Surgius. Surge Us? Surge US? I don't know. Opponent goes first again. Ooh boy. I gotta say, this is a top tier deck. Top of the top tier deck. I've gone 12 games. I've not gone once going first, I feel like. And yeah, that's definitely not fun. Right, so even if with the top tier deck, you can't get the proper win rates if you're going second every game. Especially with an aggro deck. This feels dumb. Alright, what do we do here? It's got 2 mana. Alright, I can give it flight. Don't think I will. I'll play a Scavenger. And we'll pass turn. Hold up a counter spell, sort of hexproof. What's next, huh? You got your fancy removal, Valgavolt. Valgavolt Faithful. All right, let's stop your faithful from faithfully acting on us. We will shelter you with a ghost. And now the slow rope begins. They have a get lost, right? They gotta have something. Alright, they're gonna let this rope burn, and I will talk about my plan. Because what I want to do is Shelter by Ghost, take that out, and then attack him. If they have anything to target Heartfire Hero, we give it Hexproof. If he doesn't, we're gonna hold up the Hexproof for their next turn while we keep attacking them. That's kind of the idea. And once we get to go to our next turn, we'll have 4 mana. That's Feather, Flight, Monstrous Rage, and Shardmage Rescue. He's basically dead at that point. Don't forget, Feather Flight will get a +1+1. Will give a +1/+1 because of the Scavenger. Monstrous Rage will give a +1/+1 because of the Scavenger. This is a good old enchantment deck. You know, who was that? Selesnya back then. Now it's just Boros, which is the worst color combination Magic has ever thought of. We'll attack for 4. Now they could have Nowhere to Hide, right? Nowhere to Hide is -3, -3. If we Shardmage Rescue, that will give our Heartfire Hero +3. +1 from this, +1 from the Valiant, +1 from the Scavenger. So it will be even bigger. And then if he doesn't kill it with like a go for the throw or something on the same turn, the turn after that it comes back to be an 8 or 7 damage creature with Monstrous Rage and Feather Flight. That'll be lethal. Right now our opponent's just roping and salty, which is fair. I mean, I think this deck is so inducing because it's so annoying. But this is the deck that Wizards planned for us. They freaking released this mouse, and then they release a bunch of cheap enchantment synergies. So everybody knows this is happening. It's just a matter of time before we get to that double strike toxic thing instead of this. It's gonna happen soon. Everybody loved double striking, and right now Heartfire Hero and the Manifold Mouse is a 2 creature double strike, whereas in this is much faster. Alright, this is instant speed. This is instant speed. I don't think I have to do anything. So this is a total of 4 mana, which is why I didn't play the Scavenger. Alright, more ropes. Here we go. Thanks, Boo. Our opponent's roping us. That's always fun, right? All that rope. I can't even cut this part out because we're in the middle of the game. I guess I can fast forward it, but no, we're almost there. He has no rope, so he's just gonna let this burn out. And GG. Get out of here. Alright, our opponent is Jonesy04. There's 4 of them. That's too many. That's 3 too many. Opponent goes first. Again. So, we Battlefield Forge into Manifold Mouse. Maybe. We're gonna take so much damage. What is this? Basic land. Huh. Not expecting that. There are 5 color non-permanents you control. What is this? Did I accidentally go into another format? What's going on here? What? I am so confused right now, but okay. Let's Shelter by Ghosts are. What does this do? It's just a saga, right? Yeah. Exile this. Put that on our Manifold Mouse. Do we Monstrous Rage here? I think we do. Put that on our Manifold Mouse again. Give it a good old double strike. Take 15. It's down to 4. It's only a matter of time. Yeah, I don't know what that was. This is a fun deck, but too gimmicky. I'm sorry, Jonesy. Too gimmicky. Alright, our opponent is DVDMDVS. A lot of V's. Is that an equation? We got Heartfire Hero, we got Emberheart Challenger, we got Manifold Mouse, we got a Pump, we got Etali's Favor, and we get to go first. Man, what kind of lottery did I win today? I guess after 15 games, I get to go first once is fair, right? I don't think so. I don't think it's fair at all. I think he's gonna play Lizards. Okay, so he's gonna play Lizards, and I guess I gotta go as quickly as possible. It's gonna have a pretty wide board. Double Lizards. They got a Flame Cache. What else do they have? Cut down. Well, I blocked. Doesn't matter if he had a cut down for one. He could have killed it regardless of how I played it, right? So it didn't matter there. Do I Emberheart Challenger into a Monstrous Rage this turn? Because if he plays the other thing to make me discard, he will probably discard Etali Favor. But this way he would discard the... if I use this Etali Favor... Okay, first of all, this land is coming down. Either way. If I use Etali Favor... I guess I do, right? Because it gives me another play. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. He takes the 6. So he's gonna make me discard my Monstrous Rage. That's what's happening this turn. So what can I top deck next turn that might matter? Oh, never mind. He's gonna do that to my Monstrous Rage. It's still something. If I can top deck a Monstrous Rage, that would be great. But he's at 9. Is he going to block this? No, he's not blocking. But if he doesn't block, isn't he in more trouble because of it? That's lethal if he doesn't block. Alright, he's at 2. I have a Monstrous Rage. If he kills the Heartfire Hero, it does 6 to him. Don't know how you get out of that one. I had to attack with everything though, because otherwise he could just not block and go down to 1 anyways. Okay, he plays Get. Then he doesn't do anything. Does he get out of this alive? I don't think so. GG. Yeah, see? Well, first win game. Alright, our opponent is the Zombie King. Nice beat there. Alright, we're gonna go first. Fantastic. We even have a 1-drop going first. I would like to have the hero, but this will do just fine. Okay, Cartouche Forest with a Delirium. Take 1. He's gonna mill a card. He's gonna start his Delirium chain. I can't talk. Inspiring Vantage. Fear missing out. What does this do again? Draw a card, discard a card. And then what? Attacks for the first time if there's Delirium. Alright, so right now there isn't Delirium. He will mill another card. So if I attack with the Manifest Mouse and give it double strike, untap target creature, there's another combat. This is 3-3, this is a 2-3, right? But right now the 3-3 can't do anything. And if he doesn't get a Delirium, he's gonna eat a lot of damage. Double strike, please. Take 15. He's down at 3. So he can mill a card and attack me for 3 if he wants. He's got his Delirium. But I have Ward on a 5-5. I don't think there's a 1 mana Delirium kill spell here. Evolving Adaptive, okay. Probably not going to attack here, right? Yeah. He didn't attack. So Etali's Favor gives it Trample. This gives it +1/+0. But this casts 2 spells. Actually more than 2. Well, 2 spells, but more than 2 pumps. Nope, never mind. Heartfire Mouse is just 1. Let's give him double strike. That doesn't matter. It's still lethal. You don't have life link there. GG. Alright, our opponent is Taj Telik. He's telling someone to lick. He's gonna lick himself to go first. We got a 1-lander. I love 1-landers. They're so fun. I got 5 lands last game. I'm gonna have no lands this game. I don't know if the Thran Portal throws off the shuffler calculations, but I feel like with 20 lands in this deck, I've been struggling a lot more than 20 lands in any other deck. And Domain is still in the meta. It's just so weird. Like, don't they just die automatically because they can't interact on turn 1? Alright, well, let's see what happens. I draw a second land. That is the only way I could be in this game. So, how much can I pump into a Manifold Mouse? So that's 4. Right, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 from the Optimistic Scavenger, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know. I think it might almost be there. Eight, 9, 10. As crazy as it might sound, right? I'm gonna do it right here. Let's give it double strike. Yeah, that's lethal. That's so much damage. Like I'm saying, I don't know how Domain still works in the current meta. It's so slow. You just die. Alright, our opponent is Defiant Circle. They're very defiant. They even get to go first. We got 3 Vantage, which are the best lands in this deck, and I draw 3 of them. Let's hope I don't draw any more lands this whole game. I wish I could get to a 4. Oh god, it's gonna be a ley line? No. Blue. Well, that's probably not fun. Blue is just full of removals. Or blue-white. To be fair, right? There's also white mana, which is also full of removal. I got the 1 creature. They're full of removal. So take 5. Soul Partition, expert. Don't know how much of that is gonna matter. If they have any more removal, we kind of just get got. Okay, this is pretty good, right? Probably should have played Thran Portal. Actually, no. They're all gonna come and play tap next turn anyways. What about Emberheart? They got another Soul Partition? They might. Actually, is this the Oculus deck? Into the Flood Maw, yeah, it's Oculus deck. We'll take 2. And he's back. So I target the Emberheart Challenger, he removes the Emberheart Challenger. I target of Heartfire Hero. He removes the Heartfire Hero. Something's getting removed anyways. I could use Shelter by Ghost to target Emberheart Challenger, right? It doesn't remove anything, but it gives me another play. Could just be a land. I didn't want to draw any more lands. I draw 2 lands. Okay. Let's see. If I do this on a Challenger, it gets Ward. That's pretty good. So partition, yeah. I do get another play. It's a Demonic Ruckus. That's fine. Still something. And next turn I got a 4-mana Emberheart Challenger. Unless he taps out. Charter, of course. He's not tapping out technically. He can still have Flood Maul. Yeah, see, he has something here. So, can't afford to do it. Play our Emberheart Challenger. See if we bounce our Heartfire Hero. I'm not playing the land yet because I might need to just play the Battlefield Forge and then replay the Heartfire Hero if he bounces it. What do you even discard? Sleight of hand? Okay. So if that's the case, then I'm playing a Thran Portal. And I'll name red, white, doesn't matter. I got 3 Inspiring Vantages. I'm very inspired. It's got 4 lands. Actually, this does not add blue because he doesn't have any basic island or plains. Not even basic, just islands or plains. He doesn't have any. Haughty Jin. Cool. Brought himself down to 3, so Heartfire Hero will kill him. That's always fun. Could play an Optimistic Scavenger. And then what happens? He bounces the Challenger. Okay, I'm just gonna play this. Etali's favor on the Challenger. He's got 1 interaction spell. He can't interact with both. I think. There's a 1-mana spell that bounces 2 creatures. Just letting that happen. Just letting this card draw happen. Ooh, double strike. So he can bounce the hero and tries to kill the Emberheart, right? Or tries to block the Emberheart Challenger. There's a plan. Let's give it double strike. So that plan goes out the window. You only get rid of 1. And if he blocks the Heartfire Hero, the death trigger will kill him. Yeah, got him. Take that. Yeah. That's why I run the Oculus and not the Jin. You get more board presence. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you've seen all of those games, how did this deck feel? I gotta say, I'm not impressed. I thought it was for the high win rate that this is putting up on the arena stats, I thought this will win a lot more. Of course, I think I got to go first maybe 3 times out of the 15 games I played, so that wasn't fun. That's definitely the arena sort of matchmaking, well, not even matchmaking, the go first thing that kind of screws over players that, you know, knows what they're doing and they want to let their newbies win the free games. So yeah, if you go first, this deck almost always wins because it's so tempo aggressive. However, there's a few things that I would like to change. Etali's Favor is good, not great. Sometimes it's just get dead in our hand. The few times I play Etali's Favor, it feels great because it gets 2 cards in 1. But I feel like, you know, those kind of a win more card. And a lot of times I'm too afraid to play Etali's Favor because it's cost 3 mana and costs my whole turn. If our opponent removes my creature, I just kind of lose it all in one play. So I might cut Etali's Favor, and I might also cut Demonic Ruckus. These are all great cards, but I have found out as I play is that I'm missing creatures. I would like to have more creatures. So I don't know what other creatures I would put in this deck. Maybe a Slick Shot, maybe what is that called? Monastery Swiftspear? Maybe even the Flaying creature, the Sellsword. You don't need to have black in this deck. You can just use the burnt together side of Sellsword, and the deck will still work, right? So if you want to play Sellsword on the side, the creature side, you can just name black on Thran Portal, and that would still work. So ultimately, I think this deck needs a little bit more creatures. What I said during the intro, it should stay, right? 20 lands, 20 creatures, 20 pump spells, hope you win a game. We have way too many pump spells, not enough creatures. So a lot of times, I'm kind of stranded not having a creature. I have only 16 creatures in this deck and 24 pump spells. So I think that sort of a ratio needs to go. Another thing that I noticed, that this deck, only when I played this deck, happened, I think, 3 or 4 games in a row. Our opponent goes first, and they have temporary lockdown on turn 3. 3 games in a row, again, 3 or 4 games in a row against different opponents, which, matchmaker, come on, we all know what's going on here. And that's something you gotta watch out for, right? So if you have not enough creatures and all pump spells, and your opponent temporarily locks you down, then you don't have any creatures and you lose that game. That's not very fun, but nowadays, what part of these fast decks are fun? Each game ends in about 2 to 3 minutes. You don't really get to think about how you want to make your plays because it's just hope that you get the curve right, hope you get your creatures to attack, and then count up to 20. Well, that's how we play the game. I'm going to try to figure out if there are other decks out there that can beat these kind of decks. Probably something to do with black or blue, maybe a Dimir. Just make sure you have early game removal. Playing against any deck in the current metagame, you have to make sure you have a 1 mana removal, because otherwise you'll lose the game. That's how I feel about these kind of decks, right? You either have 1 mana removal or you have so much tempo that you get to overwhelm your opponent. And this is this deck. You have 1 mana creature, you get Sheltered by Ghost, you get lifelink, and then you overwhelm your opponent with your damage and gaining life on top of that. That's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.